Snapshoteye is a predator with such an ego that no matter what he does, it is never his fault. Everyone is jealous of his success and wants to make him suffer, and it is definitely not because of the many things he has done to women, like getting a 16-year-old pregnant or being creepy to his care patients, creating fake accounts and going missing in fields. This is an investigation into Snapshoteye, the worst, weirdest predator on the internet. If you like this video, subscribe. Before Snapshoteye, also known as Paul Breach, had his social media account skyrocket, he used to be a carer for the elderly, and this sounds innocent. In fact, Paul was so set on making sure his patients feel okay, comfortable and safe, he used to kiss them on the cheek and forehead. This isn't speculation either, he has said this himself.
Not like somebody who's been dumped in a care home or been placed in a care home or has to be in a care home because there's nowhere else for that person to go. So I will hold a resident's hand, I will hug a resident, and I will side kiss a resident if they need that love and support. I will do that.
After this clip of him went quite viral, he was forced to make a response video where he's surprisingly passionate about kissing patients.
Yeah, not on a person. Person, side cheek. Ah, look at that. The air. Wow, inappropriate with the air.
To understand Paul a bit deeper, I feel it's necessary to understand more about the recurring characters throughout his TikToks. Sophie is his ex-girlfriend he tried moving in with after 3 weeks, and the reason they broke up was because Paul left a yogurt pot on her sofa. But even in these 3 weeks, Paul's behaviour was odd. He went live throwing her letters in the trash, he brought his birth certificate round and went shopping for cleaning supplies after saying her house was messy. So this is incredibly odd behaviour, but Sophie has even said she was suspicious of his behaviour towards little girls. He also had an ex before Sophie, by the name of Frankie, who he lasted a total of 3 weeks with. The reason for their breakup or any details on their relationship is unknown, but what we do know is that after they broke up, Paul went live on TikTok in a pitch black field. One of his viewers decided it was fit to call the police and recommend a welfare check, which then resulted in a helicopter being sent out to search for Paul. He also used to randomly show up in our hometown and even created a fake Instagram account. An account was found on Paul's following list by the name of the blonde oldie. The only picture on this account was of Frankie and her child. The only like on this post was Paul, and the only follower and following was Paul, which is already very suspicious. But when someone messaged the account stating, "Is this the real Frankie?" they received the reply, "Yes," and I think the disrespect Paul is getting is disgusting. He has not done anything wrong, which is so comical. Paul thought he could get away with this, although Paul did end up admitting to owning this account. He has also messaged his younger fans and asked them for pictures of themselves. Just recently, he asked a woman to send him pictures and selfies privately via DM whilst live on TikTok. He was also asking for feet pictures, but made it seem innocent, like he was just having a laugh. Yes, he genuinely asked his fans for pictures of their feet and tried to cover this up as a game.
So when I did that game and said, show me a picture of your feet, whether wearing slippers, socks, horrible naked feet, send it to me, or with a funny face, or do this with all of your hand, people then take that as being very sexual.
The one thing most people criticise with Paul, and believe is one of, if not the main reason Paul does not deserve to have a platform, is when he got a 16-year-old pregnant. Through a bit of digging, I found these DMs where someone messaged Paul stating there is evidence he got a 16-year-old pregnant. So in response, Paul states, "Evidence? We were in love and bought a house together," which could be argued to seal the deal that this is true. But at a deeper dive on his Facebook, we can see these posts. One of a pregnant woman, one of Paul and a younger looking female, and these pictures of Paul with his girlfriend. Now, bear in mind, 16 to 27 is not illegal, but it is morally wrong. A 27-year-old man having a child with a 16-year-old is weird. So now we have outlined the wrongdoings and the weirdest predator on TikTok. We still have one question. What happens when you wrongly accuse someone of being a pedophile? Luckily, this video has you covered.